I guess I could say that it's a little bit differently structured than the previous books because it's more of a quest narrative. I think the previous Mortal Instruments books, it's been a lot of the bad guys sort of bringing trouble to our main characters, and then they have to fight back. In this book, they sort of go after the trouble themselves, and in doing so, they have to travel extremely far and sort of like Frodo going to Mordor, you know, travel through dangerous lands and fight monsters and whatnot. So for me, it was interesting to kind of change up the structure and do this kind of like, you know, great quest at the end of all of the adventures.
People often ask me whether I know the end of a character's journey when I first start writing about them. And the answer usually is yes, in the sense that I know their overall arc. I often know the end, and I don't necessarily know the middle. So pretty much I know where I'm going, but not always exactly how to get there. With the Mortal Instruments, initially it was planned to be 3 books, so I had an idea of an arc for the characters, and then I was going to break it off and do a spin-off series about Simon, but I realized I still had so much more to say about the other characters that when it came to the point of writing the book about Simon, I started outlining it, and then I wound up calling my publisher and saying, you know, I just don't think this book can just be about Simon. I think it has to be about everybody because Simon doesn't really work without all of his friends. So I think that really everybody who began their journey in City of Bones ends in the place where I pretty much thought that they would be from the beginning. They just took a slightly more circuitous route to get there. And with Infernal Devices, I planned it out from the beginning, and I pretty much stuck to my outline. Pretty exactly what happened, what was supposed to happen, happened, which is always kind of a nice feeling. And I guess we'll see with the next series how they go. Well, the big question that people keep asking me about Mortal Instruments, of course, is who's going to die. And I can't say, but killing characters is always very painful. Of course, you miss the characters that die, but it's also painful just to end a series and realize that you're not going to be writing about those characters every day anymore. So don't take this as a hint about who dies or not. I'm going to miss all of the characters because, you know, for me, this is still a kind of saying goodbye. Of course, I'm going to miss Clary the most. She's my heroine. She was the first character that I conceived of for the series, and you know, I think she's made such an incredible journey from the beginning to the end of the series, but I will miss Jace's sarcastic put-downs, and I will miss Simon's, you know, good heart, and Alec's shyness, and Magnus's party boy ways, and Isabel's wittiness. I'm really going to miss them all. So hopefully falling in love with a new set of characters for the next series will help me get over my grief.